Hi everyone, Lynn from Cavy Central, and we have got Justin here with Tarzan. Isn't that a cute name? We've never had a Tarzan guinea pig before. So does he do anything special to get that name? Or?
Oh no, it's not my guinea pig. So I have no clue.
So he's a guinea pig staying with you?
Yeah, because they're on holidays right now for 2 months.
Okay,
so
and there are 2 guinea pigs together?
Junior and Tarzan, 2 boys.
Okay.
They don't get along, so...
Oh, so separate.
She wanted me to try to pair them. I haven't tried yet.
Okay,
but,
alright.
Yeah.
Well, Tarzan, you're very cute. He's been going around, he's been licking me, and that was a semi-nip. So, yeah.
He's had a long day.
He's had a long day, long morning so far.
He's laid down.
Just looking at him first time over, we'll go quickly with what we can see. So he's had little nips on his ear in the past. You can see little tears.
Yeah, she did mention the first time she put them together, they fought and his ears did.
Yeah, that's the easiest part for a guinea pig to grab is actually the ear, because it's like a blade of grass. So it's pretty vulnerable there. And he's a well-developed male, we can see by that back here. So we can see, how old is he now?
She said a year and a bit.
Okay, yeah, I would have guessed relatively in the 1 to 2 years. And there's another reason for that, which is actually the digits. Because if we look at the digits, they're really straight.
What digits?
Yeah, all of his toes, his front digits and his rear. As they get older, around 4 to 5 years, they start to twist and we see more swelling and other issues with them. So yeah, that matches exactly what we're seeing. He's definitely had, in the past, maybe, just very, whoop, I'm going to turn you around here, sweetie pie.
They're not used to being dealt with.
No, hang on, wait a minute.
They were like that even when I was
He wants to look at the camera, that's what it is. But the back of him, you can actually see, because he's a self and he's all one colour, we can actually see some colour patterning going through here where it's a bit ridge-like. You can just sort of make out that shape. And that's where we always go back and look at that hair area to see what's been happening. You see there's a bit more of a gap there in that section. So it might have been from a nip, might have been from trying with his buddy at some stage. Yeah, there's nothing like flaky skin coming out or anything like that, but yeah, he's probably had a nip or 2 with his buddy in the past. He's trying to nibble me.
I'm not sure if this is an issue, but she told me she houses him with the birds in the bird cage.
Okay. It is, in the sense that birds carry a lot of lice and mites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so keeping up to his mite treatment's really important.
I'm trying to convince her, but...
Yeah, well the other thing is that these are coprophagic animals, so they eat poo off the ground, and if the poo is mixing with bird poo, which has been dropped to the floor, then the potential for picking up other bacteria is higher. So that's why we don't like to put them with birds or chickens or other animals because of that. So they're just more vulnerable, but his overall condition is really good. And
she wants to give him a better condition, but she still lives with her family. Okay. So her dad's just not willing to give up that much space at the moment. But
right.
I'm trying to convince them.
I mean, one thing that would improve it is for them to have a separate space to the birds.
Okay.
And she'd probably find that, you know, some of this patchiness with whatever has happened in the past, it's not evident now, but it would just make it a bit easier for him. He doesn't have impaction, by the way.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, he doesn't have impaction.
Because it was really dirty when I cleaned it the other day. There was at least a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, no, it's really soft in there. It definitely doesn't.
Also, impaction's only when it's hard.
Impaction comes in different forms, where we see really serious impaction that has taken a long time to build up, and then we have other impaction where they're just not passing matter and it's building up in there. Typically boys that drag their butts on the ground a lot can pick up a lot of debris in that sac area. So it picks up little bits of hay, little bits of dirt, little bits of anything goopy on the ground.
Yeah, when I cleaned him up, there was a lot of hair, obviously poo, and there was also this stuff. It's
probably more to do with his hormonal stage right now, and he's just butt scenting, and when that slows down a bit, he'll be fine. Impaction that is really serious builds up and will completely block that area. You are so cute, Tarzan. Really, really cute. And it becomes a problem where they can't then expel anything else. And it's always linked to 2 things, either too much in the way of dry food and lack of water, or the other end of the spectrum where they've got maybe bacterial problems, illness, and they've got wet poo that's just too mushy. Yeah.
Would I generally need to tell her to clean that part every so often? Because I know when I cleaned it, it was pretty.
Yeah, when we look at a guinea pig like this, it's not a daily thing that we would do, but once a month.
Once a month?
Yeah, once a month to have a look.
Yeah.
It's part of the regime with boys that you just keep an eye that they're not building up anything really big.
Well, I wouldn't have even noticed if stuff wasn't already sticking out of the bottom.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, that's pretty bad. So
What's
I
going
started
on?
cleaning it.
Yeah, no, that's well. You can actually palpate it. So when you pick up a male guinea pig in this area, you can just spread it open, but there's nothing to actually see there at the moment.
I cleaned it, I think.
You've done a good job. Yeah, and see, it's nearly at the month then, so it's.
So he's not too
nothing,
bad.
that's
She's
just-
probably just never done it at some
and that's
point, so
natural smegma, which you also want to build up in that area because
you
it's
want it?
natural. Yeah. Yeah, you actually don't want to put oil or anything, any cleaners in there. You want them to build up a natural lining, which is normal to them, and then they regain the ability normally. Yeah. So if anything, lukewarm water. That's it. But then when you're removing patching, it stinks. It really stinks. Yeah. So you might have to use something like a Maliceb on the external area just to get rid of the stickiness and the
walked
smell.
out of the house and she was like, what's going on?
It's so bad, isn't it? It's just awful. So, yeah, it's awful. You're licking me. I'm really salty, so it's a really hot day here today, so he's having a bit of salt as well. Yeah. So, yeah, we have nothing really more to do with him. He's generally really good. Yeah, even his ears actually feel really good.
I did not.
So, did you there? Well, you've done well. You've done really well. Yeah, you've done well.
Have something else, but he just.
Yeah, no, he's really good. So Tarzan, full bill of health. Okay, and a few things to look at. Yeah, awesome. Let's have a look at the next one.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, and we have got Tarzan's buddy, who is
Junior.
Junior.
Yep.
Okay, so Junior was found.
I think she said in a yard or someone else's yard or something, but they did find him.
Wow. And she gave him a home.
Yeah.
That's really wonderful. That's great. If more people did that, it would be a good thing. Guinea pigs don't survive in the wild unless people intervene. So that's great. He's licking. I must be super salty because they're just loving me.
Or just loving you.
They're loving my hands. I'm super salty. It's very hot.
At least he's just licking you. He bites me.
Yeah. So well, this little fellow Junior, he is a Himalayan, what we'd call a Himalayan because of his dark ears. Normally they have dark feet as well, but they're typically white, and what you'll notice is this change in colour from white to cream. Now, we often see that when guinea pigs have a roan gene, which is really interesting because it's more difficult to tell in a white guinea pig. But we often see that typically in a roan carrying guinea pig. But if we have a look through the caramel area, let's see if we can spot any white hairs in there. No, sorry. I know, sweet boy.
He was a trouble to check.
Yes. It's a little bit hormonal. There's a few little white ones. It's not staying really still there. So, yeah, from what I can see, he's carrying a roan gene, which is perfectly fine too. You can see some of that mottled effect through here. It's a bit more evident
As
there.
long as he doesn't breed, that's okay.
That's right. Yeah, the roan gene
roan gene?
it's a genetic gene that they carry that if they're bred from, they have a higher proportion of lethals being born, and a lethal is a guinea pig that has problems. They can either be born dead all the way through to malocclusion of the teeth, other problems, deformed limbs. Like there's such a variety of problems with them. So yeah,
Like a high.
He doesn't seem to show any signs of blind or deafness, so he's just carrying the gene, right? So
yeah.
he doesn't seem to have any.
Yeah, no, he's not. It's the lethals that typically have those problems. So roans don't exhibit any behaviour themselves, other than carrying, like through their hair, we can tell they've got the roan gene.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's super cute, isn't he?
He looks clean.
Yeah, and again, this little guy, so while she found him, I'd actually put him of a similar age to his buddy Tarzan.
Okay.
Again, if we look at his digits, they're really straight. His features, the size and proportion of him put him somewhere between maybe a year and a half.
Okay.
The reason he could have been dumped or found might be that he's in that hormonal window and someone just got away from him. So he's dropping little presents on the table. And that looks quite healthy. So
That's good.
that's a good thing. Yeah.
He's comfortable.
Yeah. And so
He used to be the one I was really shy when he came to my place, but recently, since we've been eating in the living room more, he's just come out and started eating next to us. So he's become more friendly.
Really friendly little guy. He's so sweet. He is. So in terms of his overall health, like his poop is looking great. He's got gorgeous dark ears, hasn't he? They're really beautiful.
Dark ears in the nose.
Dark.
In the nose.
And do you know when his butt is okay, he's had a bit of soft poo there, but that could be from the grass he's actually sitting on at the moment as well.
He's not on grass.
Oh, okay, he's not in there?
He's in his little cage.
He might have had some soft food travelling in there.
Oh yeah, I put some veggies in there just then, so maybe that's
that could be part of it. How long has she had him?
That I didn't notice.
Okay. Because bonding boys is a process where they do need to have a say in whether it's likely they're going to get on or not together. We can't just put them together and assume it will happen. And it sounds like with her trying that, she's had a bit of a disaster. So yeah, do you know how badly he was hurt?
Well,
or
she
did
said
it
the
frighten
ears got
her?
ripped. She didn't say there was like too much. There wasn't any blood. I don't think she said.
Okay.
But yeah, I think there was the ear ripping and like he's just really feisty apparently.
Yeah.
I said I'd give it a go while she's overseas, but I've been a little bit too scared to try just yet.
Okay.
But having Michelle over, we might give it a go.
Yeah. Have you had them situated side by side?
Yes, so their cages are kind of next to each other.
Okay. And what behaviour do they have there? Do they sort of camp out side by side where
they tend to hide in the hideys at the first, but recently they have been coming out.
Okay.
He's just been exploring and biting on the cages all around his cage.
Okay.
Not so much specifically to do with the other side, but
Yeah. Well, it's
I think
typically
they have looked at each other.
yeah, that's often a dominance thing. It's like I'm ready to get you, biting the cage bars. But
Okay,
piggies
that makes
often do it
sense.
too when they want to get your attention for food.
Yes.
So
yes.
it could be that.
Speaking of biting, my nibbler's been doing that, but
Okay.
So he just wants to have a go at someone. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, get over here. I want to have a go at you.
Yeah,
sounds like a
that's
nibble.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
okay,
so he's super
that sounds
cute.
about right from the personality
Yeah.
she's mentioned about the two.
Not my
wanna
shirt,
play
are
with
you?
That's about
You're
it.
super cute.
You
You
know,
are
it's
super
like,
cute.
oh, look at him. He's so
Very,
affectionate.
yeah,
They're both
very,
super cute. It'd
So
be
yeah,
lovely
they've
if they
both
got
been
together.
handled because she's got her and two younger siblings, I think. So they obviously handled them a lot. I noticed that part.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
And she
I'm
gives
so
them
glad
good
that she
food and
found him,
healthy
which is
and
great.
stuff.
Yeah,
There's
well
like two
done.
people now.
Ping.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
Oh, did he
Yes,
pee?
I think
Yeah, I
he
saw
hit
that go
me on
over
the
the
edge.
side,
I
yep.
think.
Oh, at least
Not
he's polite
sure.
enough to do on the corner.
They always
know,
do.
wasn't
They always back into the corner.
Yeah, it was well
Yeah, I'm like,
done.
okay,
Yeah,
that's
they do
polite.
it around,
Well
yeah.
done.
The perimeter first.
Yeah, they
Right
do
in the
do
middle.
around the
And
perimeters.
then, yeah.
Where's my guinea pig? They just pee on my leg. I'm like, oh, okay, I love you, but not on my leg.
I know. Great.
he's
If someone
starting-
grab a little bit of grass and give it to him,
He's
he might
starting to
like
get
that.
over it, I
Yeah,
think.
it's great. So we might have a look at them together and look at their behaviours
Oh, yeah.
in a little
Give it a
bit.
go.
But yeah, again, build up
Have
good
they had a
health, which
floor
is
play?
great.
Huh?
Have
Yeah.
they had a floor play? Because Lena asked us to
Yeah,
do
well-
a floor play.
Okay.
I haven't
Yeah,
tried
they
yet because she
No.
told me it didn't go well the first time.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so we'll
Yeah.
have a look at. And some people do panic thinking that's
Yeah.
fighting when it's actually not true fighting. It's part of the bonding process.
Yeah.
It's part of their behaviour to exhibit sounds and noises and
Yeah.
different posturing. So, so we'll have a look at
Yeah.
what we can find and go from there.
Yeah.
All right,
I've just been
thanks
slightly
everyone.
scared because they're not my guinea pigs. Because when it's my own, I'm responsible for my own. But then when it's responsible for
Yeah.
someone
You're
else's,
just
why they're
Yeah, I
more
know.
cautious in a way.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Scares me so much.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
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 And that's a big thing.
More
So
people
we'll have a
who
bit of a
come
look
forward.
together and that'll be fun. Yeah. So thanks everyone. Bye for now.